there is one final segment which I have to tread carefully on because I'm talking about two people everyone likes more than me. um, so a while ago, this is the Josh eating shit segment. I have eaten shit for many different reasons, none of which I deserve, and I want to cover two of them. A while back, Jim Medeker, Jimothy, everyone's favorite internet father, was doxxed, and I was told, but doxxed by Zed, who does not miss when he puts his little whatever his expose together. He's not wrong because he has an autistic level of standards that most people don't have, and I've never seen him be wrong about something when he says it's right. So he, for whatever reason, he hands off this information, this docs that people have been looking for forever, to some retard named like Princess Tinklepants or something. And Princess Tinklepants, as you may suspect, is a fucking retard, and decided to tease this information out over several posts, which did not lend credibility to the information, which was credible. He then posts it, and then everyone starts saying, Josh, this is dumb. This is fake docs farms. Kiwi Farms got it wrong. Well, years later, he gets fucking swatted. Jim got swatted live. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I am saying that it confirms the information. A video got posted of the swatting from his like Ring camera, and the driveway matches the pictures of the house that we have. And then, not to mention the anime dungeon that he posted matches pictures of the house that we had. And then someone goes to his fucking house. They walk to Jimothy's house, and they hand his wife in the yard of their house a New Year's Day card and says, tell Jim hello and thank him for his streams or whatever. And then Jim posts a picture of this card that he received on Twitter. And there are still people who think that the information is wrong because for whatever reason, this guy being like a real human being and the Kiwi Farms not being wrong are like impossible to them. They will believe literally anything else except that this is real. And I have to eat the shit for it. People bring it up to me and say like, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. It's like, number one, I did not, this isn't like my stamp of approval. I just said from what I looked at, it looked right to me. Number two, like, I don't know, open your fucking eyes. So I just want to get that out of the way. That's the first thing I've eaten shit for. Jim has this conversation with someone named VHS Archive. I know who that is. Augusto Kinoche, who is probably not Dame Pesos, but it's alleged that it is, says Luz reveals that there's been chatter and power chat banning Kino Casino, and he might leave Yoba House over it. He tells America First, paraphrasing, how is cyberbullying real? Just walk away. Just close your eyes. Ha ha ha. To which Jem comments on and says, so Nick not only wants a percentage of what streamers are getting on Power Chat, but he also wants certain people banned. He didn't even create it, so why is he calling the shots? Better yet, who exactly is running it at this point? The HS Archive says Lulz and Baked own it via a web of LLC companies. Jem replies with a question. The way Lulz is talking makes it sound like he doesn't own the majority of it, but I've always heard that put forward that he was the sole owner. Did Bake try to hide his ownership of this, and does Nick have some sort of behind-the-scenes say in it now? DHS says, Baked funded it to begin with. Lulz and his housemate did the initial coding. I believe it's 50-50 between them. Baked is a Fuentes simp. Fuentes wants Jaden McNeil banned, and so does Baked. And Jim again asks, so why is that why Beardson was so cocky about doxing donators using Power Chat because his boy Baked owns it? And BHS says, exactly, something Lulz wasn't happy with. Power Chat was made for IP2 streamers who are banned from Stream Elements and Streamlabs. No one should ever be banned, something Lulz still believes in. Baked was rejected by IP2 and hooked up with Fuentes. Which brings me to the other thing I have eaten shit for, and I feel is very unfair. And I choose now as my time to bring up these grievances. Donators to the Kino Casino have complained twice now that their credit card details have been used fraudulently after donating to the Kino Casino. And Kino Casino uses stream payments or power chats as their preferred source of income because the margins are so low. And when I got banned from Streamlabs and Stream Elements, I looked into the alternatives and I found donation alerts, which is what I was using. Oh, this is IP2. Okay, IP2 donators have had their information stolen, and someone in the Kino Casino thread has also complained about having their information stolen. And I remember, many of you may not remember this, but PPP threw a huge fucking fit before the Kino Casino was a thing. And he said that I was involved in a deep conspiracy with Dick Masterson because he had a Patreon alternative open very briefly called New Project 2. And he accused me of accepting money from Dick Masterson in order to curate the content of his thread. And I told him, no, I did not. But this fuss that he picked up caused dozens of people on the forum and off the forum to then register to the forum to cause problems on my site because he insisted that this was the thing that was happening. And there was no evidence for it. And when the time New Project 2 was shut down, there was still no evidence of it. Nobody got doxxed. Nobody got harassed. No credit card information got stolen. It was a completely legitimate thing to raise money for a site that desperately needed a fundraising mechanism. And it was defamed as a money laundering operation with bizarre ties that were completely conspiratorial and made up and bullshit. To scare people into not supporting a website that had no income at that point for 5 years. I had no income outside of my other options, my contracts and shit for 5 years. And the first time I get a drop of anything, this fat cunt comes out and accuses me of pay for play with Dick Masterson. And now, years later, he starts at the Kino Casino, and good for him. I don't care if he makes money. But he chooses despite sticking his dick in Nick Fuentes's face for the entire content value of his streams over months. He then decides that he's going to use something that Nick Fuentes is intimately involved in as a primary source of soliciting donations from his audience, after accusing me of doing the exact same thing and putting people's information at risk, to which we now have demonstrable proof that people using IP2's power chat system have been getting their credit card information stolen. And Nick Fuentes might have direct access to the payment details. And in case you don't know, if you're using PayPal or if you're using a Stripe, for instance, or whatever, you get access to the last 4 digits of a credit card number. You get access to the expiry date. You often get access to the CSV code. You get access to the billing code. You get access to all that information. And you get access to the IP address. And PayPal has a habit of sending full billing details, including your full address, to merchants that you use their system for. And it's incredible to me that he's going to throw all this shit at me and then completely overlook existing options that have no affiliation with Nick Fuentes, like Donation Alert does, in favor of using power chats, I guess because the margins are lower. And it's such bullshit. Look, even now, you see people like Prosperity come in and say, is that why you declared Dax's house to be a mansion? I said that it was an expensive house because it was in the Hollywood Hills, and it is an expensive house. I would not mind having the money of that house to put towards my own house, not in fucking LA. I did not say it was a mansion. If I did say it was a mansion, it was just to piss people off. What was annoying was having people coming over to be irate about this bullshit, which amounted to nothing because it was nothing. And you can still see the remnants of these people who are blindsided by this bullshit, trying to hold me accountable for it when there is nothing that has ever happened. Meanwhile, the person who puts out this information immediately does a 180 on everything that he's ever stood for, starts soliciting donations to the tunes of tens of thousands of dollars, and uses a power chat system built by the people that he is openly ridiculing, giving full incentive for those people to download and store and keep for blackmail or for cross-referencing later the payment details of his supporters. It's just, I don't understand why that's not discussed. Yeah, I am. The hypocrisy bothers me a lot because it was both times that I've dealt with PPP. It was a fucking mess. Like the people that think he is some sort of like paragon of virtue and who knows how to hold content creators to some standard that he defines to better the internet, only for him to betray all of that and just start ripping off his retard fans for fucking money using tools that people he does not like and actively defames to get that money is beyond the pale to me. I don't know. And it's like, I don't know. When PPP was by himself or with Surfer, like I thought it was funny, and I can still find him funny. Um, but I think he realized that there's a lot of money to be made doing doing like podcast shit. Like my podcast stuff is just for my site, which is very expensive. And I don't blame him for cashing in, but like you couldn't take like 30 seconds to find a super chat system that's not going to be connected to IP2. You couldn't like eat the 5% fee that Donation Alerts has to, you know, go through a third party that has no dog in the race. Like, why? Why be so fucking careless? That's frustrating, especially when he's the one that has consistently tried to throw shit at me for doing things that I did put time into making sure we're safe. It's Andy's power chat. That's such bullshit, bro. Like, okay, it's going through, but who are you saying that PPP doesn't get any of the fucking money? That's a fucking retard argument. You think he doesn't get any of that money? You think he doesn't get half of that money? You think that, oh, he's just so retarded, he can't look into any of this himself. He has no, he can't, poor PPP. He only uses a phone camera. He can't figure out how to set up a webcam. He broadcasts from a shed. It's all Andy Worski. If anything happens in something that he has a 50% stake in, it's Andy Worski's fault. Like, fuck off. Nobody's that fucking lazy and stupid, and if they are, they don't get the benefit of a doubt. You have to be held accountable to something that you make thousands of dollars from. At some point, when you're making thousands of dollars, you have to look in and say, like, are the tools that we're using doxing all of our supporters who financially back us to the biggest fucking retards on the internet? Oh, whoops, they actually are. Maybe we should switch to something else, Andy. What do you say about that? No, fuck that. It's all Andy Worski's fault because he's the real dark horse here. Like, come on, bro. Use your brain. Like at some point, it does become your responsibility if you own half of something that's making that much money to say, like, let's make sure we're doing things right. Like I get legit, like, I don't like using the word panic attack, but I get like afraid, like, oh, is this secure? Do I have this set up still? And I like check stuff I haven't looked at in 2 years just to make sure that everything is as it is. And I look at the ports and stuff. And it's like, because there are thousands of people who trust me with some modicum of their information. And there are consequences when I fuck up. When I fuck up, like I did in 2019, we're coming on like the third year anniversary of that. And all I did was I was working on something and I turned off port blocking. And Redis was exposed to the internet, and that's all it took. I'm just saying. Like, you can hire people at that point. When you have that much money coming in, you can hire people and say, like, hey, are we being retarded here? Like, maybe you should. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and your only source of information that has any experience in this is Andy Worski, maybe you should get a third opinion. Like, if I was blind and I was trying to get through like a city and my only person there to help me out was Andy Worski, but I had thousands of dollars in my pocket, I would like walk up to people, like if we took a break, and be like, hey, here's $20. We're trying to get to this place, and the only person guiding me is this retarded man. And I'm completely blind. I can't guide myself through the city at all. I know. If I give you $20 and you make sure that we're on the right path here, because my guide dog is mentally handicapped, and I just want to make sure that I'm not going to end up buried alive in a waste disposal facility at some point in my trip. PvP doesn't want. Okay, whatever. That's my rant. I'm sure that's going to get covered and made fun of and shit, but whatever. Okay. Speaking of super chats, now my donation alerts, by the way, is I looked it up because I was curious as a result of this. It's from my.com and it's all Russians. So if you don't want Russians to have your credit card information, don't use donation alerts. Just donate to the Gumroad. That goes to an Indian man who can definitely be trusted with your credit card information. Okay, where's my filter thingy? My grift filter. Okay, why is it so? I don't want it to be so desaturated. Come on now. That's like too green. There has to be like a happy medium here. I don't want it. It's like I reduce the opacity and it reduces the opacity of the actual fucking thing. It's like I would rather it would just not be that bad. No, that's even worse, chat. I'm really fucking up here. Hue shift. Nope. That's not it. What if I do white? Right? We're gonna figure this out. And then I do the hue shift from that. If I do black, do the hue shift from that. Does that work? Nope. Oh, jeez. Yeah. What a disaster. Okay. Now for real, the super chats. Without the thing crashing. It's just so hard. I need Andy. Where's Andy Worski at? Andy Worski, get in here and set up my OBS so I can get through this stream. Okay. All right. I guess should I even fuck with the color? No, I kind of want to fuck with the color again. I'm gonna fuck with the color. Okay, I pulled it off, chat. We did it. Okay. Donation. My donations today. Current stream. And we'll start in the beginning. This month is the anniversary of the Red River Bridge War, a war between Oklahoma and Texas in July 1931 that Oklahoma won. I saw this before stream and I looked it up, and basically what it was is that there was a pay bridge between Oklahoma and Texas, and the state of Texas paid for a free bridge to be opened up. Oklahoma said that it had rights to the land on both sides of the river, so it ordered that the bridge be demolished, and they did demolish it. And for whatever reason, the Wikipedia article for this points out that Hitler was aware of this, and he thought that the United States was falling apart because there was a dispute between Oklahoma and Texas. Let me sit on your face, Josh, for 5 says, do you think Ralph will ever marry his horse? No. Amanda Morris will never, ever, ever. I'll even extend it past Ralph. I'll say that Amanda Morris will never in her life be married to a man. Usada Pecora for 5 says, finally, Abe Kun is dead, Pecco. Now I can finally brainwash the Gaijin Kiwi farmers into becoming incels, Pecco. Ha ha ha. Thank you, Usada Pecoro. KF Roxanne Wolf for 20 says, Medi has become the highlight of my Friday. I feel the need for Sneed afterwards. Inspiring stuff. Your comments and convictions for free internet or free speech makes you the best, Rock One. Thank you, Roxanne. Hacks for 3 says Shinzo Mishima is dead. I was gonna say, is that the Yu-Gi-Oh guy, but no, it's not. I don't know who the fuck Shinzo Mishima is. You guys, if you guys are trying to give me like Japanese jokes, they're not gonna play well. I have nothing to work with Japan. If you want to hate on Japan, I'll accept that, but I can't take your Japanese comedy. Sonic the Italian for 5 says, quote Josh, you can't have an ethno state. No. I mean, there are plenty of ethno states, and they're just usually poor and shitty. Japan, I guess, is ethnically homogenous. It's just that it's also shit. If a country's any good, people move there because it's a good country. It's a good place to live. America used to be a good place to live, so people would move there. You want to go to Japan? You want to be like in Japan? You want to go to Japan and live there? No, nobody wants to do that unless they're PewDiePie. Unless they're rich enough that they can just afford like a nice apartment someplace where they don't have to be bothered by Japanese people and Japanese culture. It's like Switzerland. You want to go to Switzerland? You want to listen to Swiss people talk? No, you don't. Jewish caricature for 10 says, speak for yourself, Josh. China is great. And then it has I think that's Japan in Chinese. I don't know what the first symbol means. What I didn't say anything about China. What the fuck are you talking about? Hayasa Nagatoro, that is the brown girl who is if you post pictures of this person, you were definitely a pedophile. For $5 says, how dare you say those gross things about me, Josh Senpai? I bet you would do perverted feeder things to me. Gross. Absolutely not. Super helpful for 5 says, I know a guy who lives in Japan. Living in Japan sounds like hell to me. Land is stupidly overpriced. No guns. Rampant consumerism. The automotive scene is entirely dead. Hell. I mean, it's literally that bug culture. Everyone's like, oh, China's so bad. It's like bug people. That's literally Japan. You are nothing but your usefulness to the state. You exist to fund the pensions of the elderly who are dying and who hate you and who gave up their country to America. It's not a nice place. Naya for 10 says nothing. Thank you, Naya. Goyboy for 1 says Marzia is a QE 3.14 and anime is cool, so you only get $1 due today. Fuck you, gay boy. Marzia, I guess, is cool, but I'm sorry, your love for Japan is gay as fuck. I will take your dollar though. Thug Hunter for 5 says, boy, you got an ass on you, all right. Could you do a rump shaker? Give me the rump shaker, the thug shaker, man. Give me the thug shaker. Pull up your shirt. I can show you this. Hopefully you'll accept this as recompense. I forgot to show you this before. Oh no. Oh no. Did I really close out of this? I had a picture of Baked Alaska's ass, and he was extremely well endowed. I might only have a picture. No, I don't. I apologize. Wait, is this it? No, that's not it. Oh, I failed. I thought I had it open and ready to go. It was a picture of Baked Alaska from behind, and he looked so round. He looked so plump, and I was curious, because I remember Baked Alaska being like someone who wanted to be like a fit gym bro type, and for some reason he was like super plump, like he was going to prison or something. Anyways. Anime for 5 says, I like anime and you can't stop me. Well, good for you. You can like anime alone. Fish Cakes for 1 says, Googling and downloading the Anarchist Cookbook will flag you to your country's internal security agencies in dozens of countries. Why would you do that to your audience? I am not joking. I don't know. If someone tells you to Google something and then it specifies not to have your VPN on, it's like if you do that. If you do that, you're dumb. Like, how do you not know what the fucking Anarchist Cookbook is? Literally, how retarded do you have to be? Winston Fujimori, I don't believe dumb people have rights. That's my excuse. Winston Fujimori for 5 says, how do you join the Element Matrix? I got an element a while ago, and remember that Q Farms was listed on the website for him to join. Now I can't find it. It's pinned in the internet board, but I think registrations might be closed because we had an issue with spam. You just have to join this Fediverse instance. Sneedum Feedum for 10 says, the Final Fantasy shit reminds me of the VR chat strip clubs that are 18 plus, where grown men use anime girl avatars to strip dance and groom children by convincing them to drink in ERP. Yeah, that sounds about right. The VR chat shit was always suspicious to me. Winston Fujimori for 10 says, what are the differences between Kiwi Farms, Locale Farm, Locale Org, and Dead Horse Interchange? How are they different from one another? Dead Horse Interchange is like, I don't know. I remember saying that years ago, and it sucked. Locale.org is dead. It's just SIG. I think it got taken down recently because SIG said that he was going to assassinate President Biden, and then he pinned that to the top of the site. And then somebody saw that, and now they're having to find a new host. Locale Farm was an offshoot of CGL because they like talking drama, and drama got banned on 4chan. So the CGL gossipers moved to their own site. And Kiwi Farms is the best. Mariboro Reds for 10 says, Jersh, do you think Chris will get time served and walk on the 28th toward home? Maybe. He is not going to, I don't think he's going to be free. I think he's going to get put into a home, which is probably what's best for him. Jewish Caricature for 10 says, Ricky Berwick is the base cripple, the same way Blair White was the base tranny. Both non-reproductives and vile to look like. Give me true and honest tags already. Josh. No, I cannot give you true and honest for Maddie donations. That is against the rules. Carrie for 25 says nothing. Thank you, Carrie. Inward for 5 says, Josh, why do you pretend that weed doesn't exist? Is it just a joke? I don't get it. I don't know what you're talking about. Never Forget for 1 says, any idea why Hot Wheels is currently running defense for the Rage Pig? Oh, Frederick is just angry, and he's trying to like find something to make me angry, but I do not get angry. Unless you're PPP, I guess. Never Forget for 1 says, have you heard of the Catboy lover trying to get some ownership of Power Chat to screw people over he doesn't like? Apparently Lulz thinks people have the right to make money. Fed Alaska disagrees. No, I've never heard of that. I've never discussed that before in my life. IP Man for 1 says, retards are gay. I agree. Thank you. PP Poo Poo for 1 says, how the fuck does she... Oh, wait. No, I chat has found it, and I'm gonna supply what I was looking for. I'm gonna supply this to everybody because I promised I would, and keeping my word is important to me. This was for the guy who donated about Dummy Thick. I need to show Dummy Thick Alaska. I think you see this baked Alaska walking down the street and think, damn, he dummy thick. Wait, I have to let me. I'm not gonna turn off the color filter because that'll fuck up everything. I'll crash OBS again. Thick, everybody says. Pee Pee Poo Poo says, how the fuck does she have a diary or watching a movie? Why didn't she just post her every thought, no matter how asinine, on social media like every other woman? I think a lot of women have diaries. I don't know. It's like Amber Lynn has written like 1,000 journals, apparently. I don't know what the fuck she writes about. Her life is as boring as it gets. Just something to do to occupy time with if you're bored. If you're stuck in an insane asylum. If you're living with Ethan Ralph and he's blocked the internet on the router, you have to find something to do. She could post on social media. She had Ethan Ralph monitoring her phone. She had to turn on her phone at the security checkpoint at the Ralph Mill abode. Anonymous for one says, one friend, $1. Thank you, Anonymous. Dainty Inferno for 100 says, play the Keffels fart clip again. I mean, it's $100 is $100, chat. Do I still have it? Let's see. Videos. Findom, TikTok, ADD, God's Plan, Fart Throne. Here we go. I have it on my computer, of course.
You've been waiting a while for this, you
Here we
stupid cock.
Ew, it's in my face again. Where is it? How is he so bad at farting? It is fake. It is fake. He's blowing raspberries at me and he's trying to sell me a fart video. That's ridiculous, chat. That's a scam. Those Findom guys should be suing Keffels for fraud. Wang Win Lee for 24 says, you will never stop being told to watch Legend of Galactic Heroes, and while it is a good political space opera without anime bullshit, it is also a gateway drug. In 10 years, you'll be in undress. I am never watching anime anything. If someone tells me to watch an anime, I literally do not even look it up. I have no... When you say Legend of Galactic Heroes, there is no mental image in my head. I cannot think of a single character. I can't think of the cover art. I have no concept of what this is, except anime bullshit. And I only know that because you say it's anime bullshit. Power Dreadnought for 5 says, I never heard you more mad at the internet when sputtering and rage about PPP. You were fast talking, stuttering, getting high pitched. Stop giving people the keys to your emotional Ferrari. I mean, I've been pretty mad before. He's just a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite and he's throwing shit at... He effectively threw shit at me. And that's the frustrating thing. It's like he got people on the forum who should know better than to fall for that kind of gay bullshit into a tizzy about absolutely nothing to hurt the site from within the site because PPP made something up and they believed it. That's why I get upset about that. Like, what's Keffels going to do? He's going to cry about me? What's Frederick going to do? He's going to cry about me? What's Ralph going to do? He's going to cry about me? Oh, you're going to pay for a DDoS? You're going to pay for a DDoS? You're going to spam something on the site? Like, no. But convincing like people to that there's some sort of like pay for play is ridiculous. That people even fell for it. That's what upsets. It's not even what PPP did. It's that dumbasses that I knew fell for it. Retarded forum user 25 or 425 says, thank you for spreading the gospel of online safety. Hope you're healthy and happy and drinking some soda. I'm out of soda, actually. I'm drinking water. I've learned to drink warm water for my streams. AF for 10 says, God bless our Russian overlords. Moritsune for 1 says, to add to the Final Fantasy 14 billboard thing, Final Fantasy 14 is a huge modding Q&A because those idiots use mods and data mined outfits. They may be sued by Square Enix. That's what I heard. There was talk about a lawsuit, but I didn't have the details. So the detail is that they used Final Fantasy assets for their porn shit, and that might get them into trouble. And then officially advertised it with like Square Enix, assets and shit. John for 5 says, what's the donation goal for an anime review? I don't even want to put up a number. If it's a lot of money, I might not turn it down. But I mean, like, it would have to be to like $1,000 an hour to watch anime, and not like porn. I'm not gonna watch porn. If you like, say like, I'll pay you like $20,000 to do a review of like my favorite like weird porn fetish. Like, nah. I want a house, but I think that prostitutes should be shot. And I guess watching pornography for the enjoyment of men on the internet is a type of prostitution. But I will watch JoJo for $1,000 an hour. Unless I'm not gonna watch Berserk for $1,000. That counts as like horse rape pornography, I think. More tune in for one says, ask Medicare masochist for $6 million. Andy Worski's a little bitch, and he blocks people as much as Ethan Ralph. I don't know who Medicare masochist is. And I have heard that Andy Worski is sensitive to blocking things. I think PPP is just checked out. He's not even like paying attention to anything. Oh, he's the top donator on the Kino Casino. Okay, whatever. Maybe I'll give PPP the benefit of a doubt. Maybe he's just like checked out and he's letting like Andy. I'll let you grift, but you have to like figure out all this shit for me because I don't care. Jesse from Flowrider says for 10, hey Josh, tomorrow I'm doing something Ethan Ralph never will, marrying a natal woman who loves me. Too busy to catch the stream today, but still wanted to celebrate with my internet daddies. Thank you. Well, congratulations, Jesse. If you're white. If you're both white, congratulations. If you're both of opposite sex, congratulations. If neither of you have ever watched anime, congratulations. Barring that, though, no congratulations. And let me sit on your face, Josh, for 5 says, please let me sit on your face. No, I think I'm done. Don't send any more money. I'm checked out. My throat is dry, thirsty. I can't turn off my green filter because it might crash OBS. You know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna risk it all. Oh, it worked. What a day. It worked. Okay, I have an outro song picked, and I will see you guys on Friday. Anything? Did I miss anything? Drink corn water. No. Still on Linux? Yes, I'm on Linux. That's why everything crashes. Is Italian and Russian considered interracial? That's a tough one. I'll say no. We have to be nice and assume that Italians are white these days. I know back in the day we would consider them to be North African, but these days, well, I mean, which I'll do a poll before the outro song. Which is less white? Which is less white? And I'll say Russian, Italian, and I'll give you. No, I'm not going to give you an out. I was going to put British as a third, but that's too easy. Which is less white, chat? Last poll. All right. No boats in. We're waiting. We're waiting for the input. Remember, this is an official NSDAP straw poll. Didn't they have like an agency for determining race matters? What was that called? Let's see. Third Reich race government institution. Surely this was a thing. I don't know. I don't know anything about Germany. Except, here's a fun fact about Germany. Okay, here's what I know about it. And everywhere in the world, it's called Germany. Except in Germany. It's called Deutschland, right? And that's because in German, that means like brotherland. But in the rest of the world, we call it what the Romans called it. And the Romans called it Germania. So the rest of the world calls it Germania because that's what the Romans called it when they were trying to subjugate it. And Germany's like, no, we're the brotherlands. It's like how Japan says, we want to be called the Sunrise Kingdom. And everyone's like, how about Japan? You can call yourself the Sunrise Kingdom. We're going to call you Japan. And you're just going to have to deal with it. Alemania, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Which is less right, Russian or Italian? And if even Africans are saying that Italians are not white, I mean, Hitler didn't think that the Russians were white, but they thought the Italians were white. They were allied with Italy. You guys are wrong. I disagree with this poll. Fuck off. And I'm not saying that because I'm 1/64th Italian, of course. Right back, idiots. I'm gone, actually. This is my outro song. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.